1077 GNA, Zach Brown Band, and Albany's #1 for New Country. What's going on? I'm Matty Jeff. Thank God it's finally Friday. It's time to party, and that would be why Justin Moore is in the studio with us right now. Justin, how you doing today?
Finally Friday.
Yeah.
Free again.
Welcome back to the Capital Region. We're looking forward to seeing you tonight at the Glens Falls Civic Center. Your good friend, Josh Thompson, playing with you as well.
Yeah.
Tickets still available at the box office. Justin, you're going to hang out with us for a few minutes. We've got a lot of questions. We also have Erin Adams in studio with us, Justin. I think we told you this. She's from Clifton Park.
Yeah.
And we had folks bidding for charity to come in the studio to kind of hang out with us, and she bid over $1,000 to be here
That's
today.
awesome.
And it's all going to a great cause, the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad there's something else beyond just getting to meet and hang out with me, because that's totally a waste of money if it were just me. So I'm glad that it's going to a worthy cause, and no, we appreciate it. We have the best fans in the world, and you know, Erin is just another example of that. But thanks for having me. It's good to be up here.
So before we play the new single, you know, set this one up for us. You Look Like I Need a Drink. What drew you to this song? Is there personal experience behind it?
I looked in the mirror. You know, I as I was beginning to listen to songs for this upcoming album that we just are about to wrap up recording, that'll be out August 12th. It's called Kinda Don't Care. This was I got this song in a group of about 20 songs, and I usually read through the titles, and I like titles that jump out at me, and I go, man, I got to hear that. And You Look Like I Need a Drink totally did that to me, and I had totally thought of this song when I read the title in this lane over here, and when I heard it, it was completely different than what I anticipated, which is, to me, cool. When music, as many songs as we all know and have heard, when they can surprise you, I think that's pretty cool. And so this song was totally us. We were off the radio with new music for 6-8 months by design, and really worked diligently on this process of recording this album. And I thought, man, we've got some different stuff that we've recorded for this album, but let's don't freak our fans out after taking 6-8 months off. And so this is totally in my zone, and a little bit of a different twist on a heartbreak song. So
it's a great twist, and definitely in the Justin Moore wheelhouse. Here it is. You'll hear it tonight at the Glens Falls Civic Center. Justin, we're going to be talking more with him right after You Look Like I Need a Drink. Justin Moore on 1077 GNA.
Stiff drink.
1077 GNA, Justin Moore, You Look Like I Need a Drink on Albany's #1 for New Country. I'm Matty Jeff, and Justin Moore joining us live in studio right now. And if you want to get on the GNA Facebook page, we are streaming this live, and we actually got a few comments and questions here for you, Justin. One, cool. Tiffany wrote, "Wish I could see you tonight. Hope you enjoy being here. We love you." Well, Tiffany, no excuses. Come out.
Yeah, come on.
What's going on?
It's Friday night, right?
Yep.
That's babysitter Central.
Now, Katrina, she is going. She rates Katrina Beecher. Can't wait to see you tonight. Julianne Voice says you're such a nice guy. Well, she didn't get to talk to you off the air before.
I was saying, please tell my wife
that's debatable.
that.
And actually, Robert Yeri has a question. Justin, who inspired you the most to get into making music?
Oh, wow. You know, on a personal level, my dad loved country music and kind of is still a historian, or something like that. And so I learned to love country music because that's what he played, you know, from the time I was 2, 3, 4 years old on. As far as artists go, they're the same laundry list as most guys my age that love traditional country music. Willie, Waylon, Merle, those guys. Johnny Cash being from Arkansas was a big influence. Glenn Campbell being from Arkansas was a big influence. If I had to choose one artist who had the most influence on me, though, it would be Dwight Yoakam, which is people kind of are caught off guard by that because our music really isn't similar style-wise. But to me, he was always like the Elvis of country music. He, to me, is the best entertainer I've ever seen. Kind of the whole package. Great player, great singer, great songwriter,
and like a guy
etc.
whose essence is just cool.
Yeah,
you know?
and that's another part of it. To me, the people who I've dug their music the most are what I would consider stylists, who as much as me or anybody else tries to be like them, it's just not going to happen. You know, Dwight was to me, the king of that. He just had a cool vibe. Then you look at guys like John Anderson. To me, you can't sound like him or do anything like him, no matter how hard you try. And so that's a couple of examples. But Dwight was top of the list for me, still is. So.
Well, you know what? You talk about those guys. I think there's no one on the radio right now that sounds like Justin Moore.
Oh, wow.
You're your own.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a huge compliment. Thank you.
Let me ask you this. You mentioned country influences. There's so many other influences in the format today.
Yeah.
Any rock and roll artists that really kind of influenced you, or any other genre?
If I deviated from country music at all, it was into the classic / Southern rock world. Skinner, I will argue with anybody, is the best band ever. Mm-hmm. And that's not just because I'm from the South. I'm fairly knowledgeable of music, and I loved what they did. I'm a huge Tom Petty fan. To me, he's kind of the rock and roll version of Dwight, where there's nobody like him. It's just great classic American rock and roll. That's a couple of rock and roll bands that I dig. I really liked Bad Company a lot too. I think Paul Rodgers is one of the best singers to ever walk the planet. So,
if you had to choose one show to see, last show ever, who would you see in concert? Anyone alive, living, or passed on?
If I had to pick one, I'll go with one that I haven't seen that he's passed. Probably Hank Sr.
Yeah.
Probably Hank Sr.
It's a good one.
So, yeah.
So I want to shift gears a little bit because I know you're good friends with Thomas Rhett.
Yeah.
Same birthday. You guys both born March 30th, right?
Yeah. A lot of years apart. But yeah.
All right. Well, different years. And you're both golf buddies.
Yeah.
Who's got the better golf game?
If you ask me a question, I'm going to give you an honest answer. Me. Definitely.
All right. Now, I'm asking this now because I know you're like a Crown Royal guy, right?
I am, yeah. For a hillbilly from Arkansas, there's not a whole lot of better sponsors than Crown Royal and Cabela's, which is my two main sponsors.
Because
I'm a Crown guy.
I think Thomas is trying to.
Where did that come from?
I think he's trying to copy you too much because he sent this out as a gift after "Die a Happy Man" was a huge hit song, and I thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? That's Justin Moore's thing.
He's stepping on my territory. Let's open it and drink it. Show him.
All right, well, Justin going to hang out with us for a few more minutes. We're going to get to another song. We're going to play Till My Last Day here because Aaron, in studio with us, made the bid for the LLS campaign to be here today. Anything you could tell us about this song, Justin?
Yeah, I was just saying kind of off the air that this is one of 3 songs that we added very, very late in the process of the Outlaws Like Me album, which was our second album. We had 10 songs done. We thought that was a complete album. We ended up adding 3 songs. One was If Heaven Wasn't So Far Away, which was our first single from that album, a number 1 record for us. And then Till My Last Day was another number 1 record off that album. So thankfully we recorded those. And this song kind of started the run of my wife choosing my singles in a really successful fashion. So this was, I think, our 3rd number 1 record, if I'm not mistaken, 3rd or 4th. And we did 2 videos for this song, which was kind of cool. We did one of them at literally my house with my kids jumping on a trampoline and doing that stuff, and then we went in and cut a different one. But it's a special song for me because, like I said, my wife really liked it, and I told her I wrote it for her. So.
And your wife's always right?
She's always right.
Here it is. Justin going to hang out with us a few more minutes till my last day. Getting ready for his show tonight at the Glens Falls Civic Center. We hope to see you there. 107.7 GNA, Albany's #1 for New Country.